Good morning, this is Elizabeth Estervig. I am doing a quick video on shank buttons, by which I mean the buttons with the little shank or the circular bit on the back of the button. As I talked about it yesterday in the Red Threaded Fall for Costume Challenge, and I had a request to show what I meant instead of just writing about it. So you'll need to thread your needle with quadruple threads. I prefer using thread that is weaker than the fabric that I'm sewing it onto, so that if something gives, it's the button. Yes, pretty boy. That's William crying in the background, if you can hear him. He is jealous of the attention that he is not getting. He has been fed, I promise. So you have your 4 threads. You want to use a weaker thread than what you're sewing it onto, in my opinion. Other people prefer thick top stitching thread or buttonhole thread, with the theory that the button will come off less often, but I would much rather replace a button than reweave fabric, so that's a personal thing. Now, if you put your thread behind your needle, which is an important step of tying this knot, wrap the thread around your needle, grab onto what you just wrapped around your needle, and pull your needle through. You may have to release a little bit here to get it over the eye, but for the most part you want to hold it tightly against the, yes, William, tightly against the needle. Pull your thread through, and ta-da, knot. Now here, you want to use scissors to cut this. My scissors are at work, also not my favorite thimble. Use a thimble that actually fits, and preferably an open-ended one, because they are superior. Coming from a tailor, that's, yeah, not really true for embroidery, but that's an embroidery thimble or a seamstress's thimble. I much prefer a tailor's thimble for this, because you're using the side of your thimble rather than the top of your thimble. Alright, so now you need something to sew it onto, as well as your button. Your button has to have that loop on the back for the shank. There's William Shakespeare. He is giving commentary right now. Alright, so you want to do your usual plunking on of your shank by going round and round and round and round here. Thank you, William, for your adult supervision there. He loves this bit. Ooh. Wax your thread, guys. No, seriously, don't be like me. This is William. He just decided to climb me. Sorry. Alright, so round and round and round you go. Also, notice that I'm pushing with the side of the thimble here. So I'm lining up where that's supposed to go, rather than pushing with the top of the thimble, and I'm pulling with the bicep. Alright, so now you've gotten your round and round and round bit, right? That's fairly normal and expected. The next bit is the part that holds it in place there so that it doesn't wobble. So what you want to do is you want to take a bite at one of the 4 corners. By the 4 corners, I mean if you imagine this shank, the bit that's touching, is a rectangle. You want to do a knot here, a knot here, a knot here, and a knot there. So you take your bite of the fabric. I'm trying to catch a little bit of the round round bit. Thread. Wax your thread, guys. Seriously. Wax and press it. Put your needle through the loop that you just made and pull it tight. Now, I like to also go through all of your loop-de-loops here. Ooh. so that it makes it a little bit stiffer standing as well. And then you do the same thing. Oh, this is a cat petting break because someone is very needy this morning. So jealous of the button. And you do the same thing with the loop and the thread through the loop. So you end up with a knot on this side. Now I'm switching to the other side of the shank. Not that you can see that terribly well. There we go. So I've got one there, and now I'm working on this one. Through the loop, loop, through the loop. Pull tight. And then I like going through the little loops here to get to the other side because it makes it that much stiffer against the fabric there. Now if you're working with a really thin fabric, you don't really want to do that. That'll put too much pressure on it. But if it's, you know, fairly sturdy wool or whatever, this will be fine. And you do your last knot. Na-na. All right. And now you can see that it stands, ooh, off screen. You can see that it stands very nicely on its own and that it doesn't want to wobble one place or another. And that is the point of doing it like this, so that it always stays design side up and stays nice and even in where you put it. Tie off your usual way, however you prefer doing it. That's one of those controversial things that everyone does it slightly differently, and honestly, I don't think there's a better or best way of doing it. And William provides his commentary here on, you know, what he thinks of that button that was getting the attention that he thought he should have. But, yes, hopefully this has been helpful for, and there it goes, must protect me from the evil, evil button. Hopefully this has been helpful on how to do a shank buttonhole, and I'll post this as my present on Instagram for this month's challenge. Hopefully that helped explain what I was trying to explain yesterday via writing. I hope yep, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Signing off.